Oh my gosh, Leo, have you ever felt that horrible moment?
What horrible moment, Mia.
When you're trying to say something important, maybe in a job interview, and your brain just freezes up completely?
Yes, that moment when you know the word in your native language, but the English word is locked behind a digital wall in your mind. It's the worst.
Exactly, and the stakes feel so high when it's for a job, you know?
Totally. That sudden panic makes you forget everything you've studied.
That's why we need to talk about this today.
Perfect. Hi, everyone. I'm Leo.
And I'm Mia.
Welcome back to the English Blend. We help you practice listening and speaking naturally.
Today, we are diving into a super stressful topic, English for job interviews.
We aren't focusing on the business skills, though. We are focusing on how to sound fluent and confident in English.
Because fluency equals communication, not perfection. That's our main takeaway for today.
Exactly. So grab your coffee and let's get started.
Let's start with the basics, Leo. When we talk about interviews, people always stress about two big words, fluency and accuracy.
Those two rivals. They sound similar, but they are very different, right?
Very different. Let's define them simply for our A2, B2 listeners.
Accuracy is about correctness. Think of it as grammar rules, conjugation, spelling, making sure the structure of the sentence is perfect.
Yes, accuracy means your sentence is grammatically correct. Did you use the past tense correctly? Is the preposition right?
If you have high accuracy, a teacher would give you an A+ on a written test.
But high accuracy doesn't always mean you can have a natural conversation, which is why we talk about fluency.
Fluency is about flow and communication. It's the ability to keep talking without huge pauses or breaks, even if you make a little mistake.
It's the speed and ease with which you can get your point across. That's our first useful phrase, by the way. Get your point across.
That means successfully communicating your main idea. If you're talking about why you left your last job, did the interviewer understand the reason?
Precisely. If you say, I leaved my job because I need more challenge, that's low accuracy. The grammar is wrong.
But you got your point across. The interviewer understands you sought a challenge.
Bingo. The goal in an interview, especially, is high fluency, even if your accuracy isn't 100%.
Because if you pause for 10 seconds trying to remember if it's I have worked or I worked, you lose the flow, right?
You lose the flow, you lose the confidence, and you look uncomfortable.
The interviewer cares more about hearing your thought process and understanding your skills than correcting your perfect use of the present perfect continuous.
Exactly. They are assessing your ability to operate in an English-speaking environment. Can you communicate effectively? That's the core question.
So let's focus on the enemy of fluency, grammar, blocking the flow. Why does grammar become such a barrier?
It's how we often learn. We spend years studying isolated rules. We memorize tables. We treat English like a math problem.
So when we speak, we are constantly trying to perform real-time internal grammar checks.
Yes, you have two brains operating at once. Brain one is trying to formulate the idea. I want to tell them I am a dedicated worker.
And brain 2 jumps in, wait, is dedicated an adjective? Do I need a before it? Should I use worker or employee?
And by the time brain two has checked all the boxes, 3 seconds have passed and you look hesitant.
We call this the 3-second rule, or maybe the 3-second trap in this case. If you pause too long, you break the conversational rhythm.
In an interview, pausing too long can make you seem uncertain about your answer, not just uncertain about your grammar. It creates a negative impression.
So what's the difference between a fluent speaker who makes mistakes and an accurate speaker who is slow?
The fluent speaker communicates momentum. They make a small error, but they keep pushing the idea forward. The message is dominant.
The accurate speaker might produce beautiful sentences, but they might produce 3 sentences in a minute, while the fluent speaker produces 12.
And time is critical in an interview. You need to present your qualifications quickly and clearly.
Let's talk about a short story or a cultural note here, Mia, about accepting imperfection.
I love this idea. You know, I once had a student who was applying for a programming job at a major tech company. He was brilliant, absolutely accurate in his code.
But not in his English?
Precisely. He was so nervous about saying the wrong or mixing up tenses that he almost hit a wall during the initial screening.
Ooh, hit a wall. That's our next useful phrase. It means suddenly stopping because you're too tired or stressed to continue.
Exactly. He just went silent. He hit a wall of anxiety. The interviewer actually had to prompt him 3 times to continue his story about a project.
Wow. So his focus on accuracy derailed his communication.
Yes. He later told me, I was too busy trying to sound like a textbook, and I forgot they just wanted to know if I could build the app.
That's such a powerful point. In professional settings especially, clarity trumps correctness.
Think about it. English is used globally by billions of people who are not native speakers. There are countless accents and minor grammar variations that are completely acceptable.
Communication is a two-way street, and the interviewer is trained to listen for meaning, not mistakes.
If a minor mistake causes a misunderstanding, you simply clarify. That's natural communication flow.
And if you make a mistake and immediately try to self-correct and apologize, that draws more attention to the error than if you just kept talking.
Right, just let it go. It's not the end of the world. That's our third key phrase for today. A small error is not the end of the world.
It's not a catastrophe, it's just English.
Let's move into the practical advice section. How do we shift our focus from perfection to powerful communication in an interview setting?
We need preparation, but not preparation focused on memorizing grammar rules.
Tip number 1, focus on chunks and phrases, not single words.
This means instead of learning the verb manage, you learn the phrase, I manage a team of 5 people, or I am skilled at managing tight deadlines.
Chunks are groups of words that naturally go together. If the interviewer asks, tell me about your greatest achievement, don't think about individual words.
Think about the chunk. My greatest achievement was when I successfully launched the new software.
When you learn the phrase as one unit, your brain doesn't have to assemble the grammar piece by piece in real time. It just pulls out the whole chunk.
This boosts fluency instantly because you've preloaded conversational material.
Think of how often you say things like, I'm looking forward to, or I'm responsible for.
Learn those entire phrases for interviews.
If you know you need to talk about success, prepare a few chunks about success. This led to a 15% increase in sales. Or, we exceeded our quarterly goals.
Those chunks should be rehearsed out loud, repeatedly, until they feel automatic.
Tip number 2, massive listening and mimicry.
This is crucial for natural flow and pronunciation. You need to listen to how native speakers or highly fluent non-native speakers handle interviews.
Listen to podcasts, YouTube videos, or even movie dialogues that involve professional conversations. Notice their rhythm, not just their vocabulary.
And then mimic them. Try to copy their speed, their intonation, and their pauses. This teaches your mouth how to move in English, which helps fluency.
Don't just read the transcript, speak along with it. This trains your voice box to produce English sounds naturally and quickly.
If you hear an interviewee say, I think my strongest skill is problem solving, practice saying that same sentence with the same rhythm 10 times.
The idea is to build muscle memory for communication. Tip number 3, use the 3-second rule to your advantage. We mentioned this earlier as a trap, but you can turn it into a tool.
If you ask a question and the candidate pauses for 10 seconds, that's bad. But a 1 to 3 second pause is often fine.
It shows you are gathering your thoughts, which is professional, even in your native language.
Use filler words naturally during that short pause. Instead of silence, say, that is a great question. Well, let me think about that for a second.
Or try, reflecting on my past experience, or, I would say,
These phrases buy you time, the crucial 1, 2, or 3 seconds to pull up the right chunk or idea without breaking the conversational flow. They are fluent bridges. Use them. Don't be afraid to sound reflective.
Tip number 4, rehearse answers to core questions out loud every day.
Interviews usually have the same 5 to 7 questions. Tell me about yourself, why this company, what are your weaknesses, a challenge you overcame.
Write down bullet points for your answer. Then practice speaking that answer out loud without reading the script.
The goal is not to memorize every word, but to ensure the key chunks and vocabulary are ready to launch.
And record yourself. This is hard, but essential. Listen back for flow and clarity, not for grammar mistakes.
If you hear yourself pausing for long times, that's where you need a better filler phrase or a stronger chunk.
Don't wait until the day before the interview. Daily, 15-minute speaking practice is much better than one 7-hour cram session.
Let's talk more about the specific language needed to get your point across in high-pressure situations.
Often in interviews, we have to talk about past achievements, but we're scared of sounding boastful, right?
Yes, the cultural nuance of self-promotion can be tricky, but in an interview, you have to sell yourself.
Instead of saying, I did everything myself and I am great, which sounds a bit arrogant.
You use mitigating language, but still make the achievement clear. For example, use chunks like, I played a key role in, or working closely with the team, we achieved.
Or if you need to talk about a weakness, never present a weakness that is actually a skill, like, I work too hard. That's a cliche.
Focus on a manageable weakness and show the steps you took to improve it. Use chunks like, I used to struggle with X, but I have implemented Y solution and now I see improvement.
This shows self-awareness and proactive thinking. It's fluent and professional.
And what about when you genuinely don't understand the question? We often freeze up thinking we should have understood it.
Don't panic. Use a fluent phrase to ask for clarification. Don't just say, what?
That's low accuracy and low fluency. Instead, use, I apologize, could you rephrase the question? Or, just to ensure I fully understand, are you asking about my experience with X?
Those chunks show confidence, even when you are uncertain. You are managing the conversation flow.
Managing the flow is the essence of interview fluency.
Let's circle back to our core concept one more time. Fluency equals communication, not perfection.
Remember the student who hit a wall? His accuracy was probably 95%, but his fluency dropped to 0 because of anxiety.
We need to train ourselves to prioritize flow over the tiny grammatical details. If you mix up since and for, but the interviewer still knows you've been working there for 3 years, the communication was successful.
The message was delivered. The point was gotten across.
And if you make a mistake, remember, it's not the end of the world. Keep talking.
The interviewer is assessing your future performance, not grading your English homework from high school. Focus on enthusiasm, energy, and clearly connecting your past experience to the job requirements. Use those chunks.
We are talking about performance, right? It's like learning a complex dance. You practice the steps, the grammar, separately, but when you perform the interview, you focus on the music and the movement, the fluency and communication. A small stumble is forgotten if the overall performance is engaging.
Love that analogy, Leo. It's about the performance, not the perfect positioning of every foot.
So, to summarize our key steps.
1. Learn phrases in chunks, not just single words.
2. Engage in massive listening and mimicry to improve rhythm.
3. Use the 3-second rule and fluent fillers to buy yourself time.
4. Rehearse core answers out loud daily to build automaticity.
And remember our key language today. Get your point across, hit a wall, and not the end of the world.
Focus on communication. You've got this.
That was a great talk.
Yes, and next time we're going to talk about the best ways to argue politely in English for those work meetings. See you in the next episode of The English Blend.
Bye for now.
See ya!